generations to come. Call us today because we always say,
I'm David Hickson, and if your roof needs fixing, call Mr. Hickson.
Watch 1226 on your side, wherever you go. On your side, this is News 12 at 5:30.
New York City preparing to honor the victims of the September 11 attacks, but this year's ceremony will look different. We'll show you.
Remember this? We've got 8 more sightings of this invasive species of lizards, and we're going to tell you where.
We're taking a live look at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. In a few hours, it'll be home to the first NFL game since the pandemic started, and as you can see right now, we're just showing you the flag.
Kind of a breezy, rainy day in that part of the country in Kansas City, but this will be a game unlike any other, weather aside, with limited fans, fake cheering, and social distancing on the sidelines. All of it a test to see whether sporting events can actually restart safely. Nancy Chen has a preview of tonight's game.
Go Chiefs!
The NFL is back. The Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs, take on the Houston Texans tonight in front of about 16,000 carefully placed spectators in Arrowhead Stadium.
I'm sure that the precautions that they're putting in place are totally legit.
Those precautions include fans wearing masks when not eating or drinking, staying inside assigned stadium zones, and only tailgating with people they are sitting near. For players, coaches, and some staff, they can expect coronavirus testing 6 days a week. In-person meetings are limited to 15 people, and coaches will be masked on the sidelines during games.
Around the NFL, there will be varying attendance policies. A few allowing a small percentage of fans right away, others waiting a few weeks before welcoming them back, and some banning all fans until further notice.
Oh my God.
Mascots and cheerleaders will also not be allowed on the field during games.
I'm just happy we're going to have football.
The new NFL will pipe in crowd noise from previous seasons. It will be an adjustment for players who normally perform in front of tens of thousands of screaming fans.
You got to bring your own energy for sure. I think without it being fans, it's going to be something like a high school scrimmage.
The season will also present a challenge for game announcers.
You know, we'll get used to it. You know, hopefully everybody's going to have to get used to it.
Most fans agree an NFL season with new rules to keep people safe is better than no season at all.
Before the start of the season, some NFL COVID cases are already being reported at training camps nationwide. A total of 5 players have tested positive for the virus.
The big game is tonight, and we'll be watching. Going to give you a live look now. Downtown Augusta, the newest restaurant on Broad Street, officially opened its doors. EDGAR'S above Broad, having its grand opening right now. They're on the 3rd floor of the Augusta University building on Broad and 7th, and they have a nice view of the downtown area. Another rooftop situation there, Zaina.
I know, it's beautiful. Can't beat that view. It's the latest dining and entertainment concept from EDGAR'S Hospitality Group, which also manages the Pinnacle Club. We got to talk to the owners yesterday. They told us it's the biggest outdoor bar in Augusta, which serves as both a scenic space, but also helps with social distancing.
And choices when it comes to the weather. If you're too hot out in the sunshine, you move over there to the shade, or if a shower comes over, just grab your food and take cover there, right there in the heart of downtown Augusta. Riley Hale, what do you think?
Hey, that's the place to be out there tonight. You said it exactly right. If a quick little shower passes over you, only lasts 5 to 10 minutes this evening, and then you should be dry. And that's generally the case with most of the showers we're seeing this afternoon. They don't affect a huge area at any one time, and they just kind of pass on by after 5 to 10 minutes. This is a good little downpour that was forming over Fort Gordon now, entering northern Jefferson County, just on the north side of Rennes. And that is a little bit heavier downpour, but not seeing much in the way of lightning. A little bit further south, same general concept, a tiny little downpour there in western Jenkins County, just on the west side of Millen, and that's entering southern Burke County next. A wider look at the area, you can see a lot of us are currently dry, just kind of these tiny little showers moving on through. We should be dry after midnight tonight. We'll have a look at your Friday and your weekend in just a little bit.
Governor McMaster announcing, a lot of new cars are coming with these features that can accelerate, they can brake, they can even steer your car.
But a new study finds just the names of those systems have an impact on your expectations. Michael George explains.
So now the car can actually merge on the highway by itself.
Before the pandemic, we took a ride with Steve Sequeira in his Tesla, which comes with autopilot. The semi-autonomous system can steer, accelerate, and slow down the car on its own.
I actually prefer using autopilot on the highway because it decreases my mental workload while I'm just sitting there in traffic.
A number of new cars have some self-driving capabilities, all with different branding.
Let go. It's as simple as that.
From GM's Super Cruise to Nissan's ProPilot Assist.
The system can recognize speed limit changes.
And a new study finds those names can be important.
The way in which a system is characterized, which includes the name, does have an important impact on drivers' expectations of the system.
William Horry is with AAA.
Okay, we can let it go.
Which had two different groups of volunteers operate the same car with the same driverless features. For the first group, researchers gave the system the fictional name AutonoDrive and presented drivers with an upbeat assessment of its capabilities. For the second group, researchers named the system Drive Assist and downplayed what it could do.
It feels strange.
What we found is some pretty profound differences between the two groups in terms of their understanding and expectations of the systems.
More people in the AutonoDrive group said they'd feel comfortable eating or using a cell phone compared to the Drive Assist group. Horry says automakers and dealers need to set realistic consumer expectations for these systems. More importantly, drivers need to educate themselves on the technology's limitations.
Okay, but these researchers say regardless of who makes this self-driving system or what you call it, you should always do your own research before you buy a vehicle with that feature. But I'm afraid a lot of people might want to argue with their steering wheel if it says to release it.
I know, I just don't trust it, but hey, you know, technology.
I'm telling you, it's come a long way.
To weather now as we take a look. Ooh, I don't know actually what we're looking over, but hey, it looks great out there. It is Grovetown?
They put us on the Waffle House camera there from off of Lewiston Road. So yeah, some people
hungry.
enjoyed some Wahoo. Yeah, always a great time for an all-star. And yes, I am starving right now, so that sounds amazing. We are tracking a few showers and storms out there this afternoon. Most of the rain activity is south of I-16 today. And the reason why we're not really seeing widespread rain is we don't have a big front near us. That's our big forcing mechanism that produces more widespread showers and storms. Not necessarily the case today. These are what we call pulse showers that just kind of pop up and then fizzle out very quickly. There's nothing really to hold them together. This is a look at a downpour we were just looking at from our Grovetown camera, so that's about to hit Rins right there. That is producing some heavy rainfall, but not much in the way of lightning or wind you have to worry about. This is just some light showers, sprinkles, maybe even at the most, kind of heading towards downtown Aiken, near Belvedere as well. So there are just kind of these junk little showers, nothing all too heavy or anything that will cause too many problems for you. But they are moving through. Same thing about the inner southern Burke County there, just off Highway 56. These tiny little showers going to stick around the next few hours, but after 9, 10 o'clock, most of us are looking dry. We will hang on to the clouds again overnight, though, which should help keep our temperatures generally in the mid-70s. After midnight, not expecting much rain, so these isolated shower chances mainly for the next few hours and just maybe a little bit after sunset. By tomorrow, we're expecting highs back in the low 90s. We actually hit 92 for a high this afternoon, so we're expecting to be just as hot tomorrow, and you have a good chance of seeing a passing shower storm tomorrow afternoon. The afternoon is going to be the highest chance to see a shower passing by on Friday. As we head later to the evening, those rain chances are expected to go down. So if you have plans ahead of those Friday night football games, right at kickoff, that's when we'll probably have the most coverage of rain. But as we head later into those games, we're expecting rain chances to go down. So I think plenty of us will be able to have those games without a hitch. Maybe just one or two, see a quick few sprinkles. For the weekend, if you have lake plans, this is looking different for us. We can actually see showers before lunchtime Saturday, so keep that in mind for any plans to head out to the lake. We are expecting high rain chances both days. But not much rain expected overnight tonight, and the first half of your Friday looks dry as well. It's going to be similar to most days this week where we wake up kind of that thick layer of clouds. Those start to break up into the afternoon and give way to showers and storms Friday afternoon. Saturday and Sunday looking like the best days to see rain over the next 3. As we head into next week, we finally see a cool off again with lows back down in the mid-60s.
Sounds good, Ryan.
Happy birthday to you.
These kids singing a virtual happy birthday to their dad, and for very good reason. We'll tell you more in 3 minutes.
Chick-fil-A is now saying eat more chocolate, and I think I'm okay with it. The popular fast food chain is adding a brownie and 2 new coffee drinks to its menu. The brownie and the new blend of hot coffee will hit the permanent menu in the U.S. on Monday. Chick-fil-A is also adding a seasonal mocha cream cold brew, and that's only available for a limited time.
Twist my arm, right? Okay, take a look at this. This might give you some flashbacks from when you were a kid. These 12 toys and games are up for induction for the National Toy Hall of Fame, and there are some classics in there, from the board games like Risk and Bingo to those little action figures you see. Even Sidewalk Chalk gets a nomination, right? The criteria to be included: influencing how people play, fostering learning, and lasting through generations. Those final inductees will be announced on November the 5th. You see any favorites there?
I do. I enjoy Sorry. I actually have that board game still.
There you go.
Well, it's the cutest thing you'll see all day. Two kids singing happy birthday to their dad, who's helping people after Hurricane Laura.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy.
Precious, and they are just both in tune there. Their dad, Travis Long, is a lineman in Covington, Georgia, but he volunteered to help restore power in Louisiana after the hurricane.
Gosh, you know, he helped a lot of people, but he did miss spending his birthday with his family. So the kids, Wyatt and Ivy, they wanted to make sure his birthday was still special, and they did not forget. Well done, guys.
All right, we continued our streak of 90s, hit 92 for a high today here in Augusta. We'll take a look at some cooler weather in that 7-day forecast coming up.
I'm Dick Wilkerson. Taken at 4. Make an appointment or just walk in.
Well, here's a look at our high temperatures for today at both Bushfield and Danielfield. 92 at Bush, 90 at Daniel in both mornings, waking up in the mid-70s. Now, rainfall-wise, we actually did receive just under half an inch of rain at Danielfield, but Bushfield officially hasn't seen anything just yet. As you head up to the bus stop tomorrow morning, we're expecting to be dry, temps generally in the mid-70s, and cloudy. Later into the afternoon, that's when you have a better chance to see a passing shower or downpour. Now, later next week, we finally see a dip in those temps back to the mid-60s Wednesday.
That'll do it. First at 5. The news continues right here on News 12 at 6 o'clock in just 3 minutes.
If you have